They've all kinds of fancy names for us these days. City cleansing operatives, refuse disposal squads. The next thing they'll want is in swallowtail jackets. Me now. I can't see the sense in it. What's the matter with the job? It's needed. Me and the boys here, we're contributing. I'd rather be a spade than a portable excavator. No need to hide us under smart labels. Call me what the people call me.
You go out between 6 o'clock and 6:30. Maybe if you're lucky, there's an early bus on. Otherwise, you walk one foot past the other. Hughie could walk 4 miles in the morning. All right, a day like this in the summer. Snow's the worst, but or a big black downpour. Try it in a winter fog, like porridge. No joke for a man like John, retiring. John's been on the bin since 1690.
This time of day, you're the king of the castle. Postmen, paper boys and milkmen, that's about the only competition. Makes you feel funny sometimes, the quiet. Makes you wish you had a long bag with you.
Oh, Tommy. You long up?
You meet in a different street every morning. Tommy, but he's the young one, a beginner. Charlie, he's been at it for 1,000,000 years now. Both of them starting to pick it up lately. Mind you, Charlie used to be a foreman. Then he got hurt bad in the troubles. Charlie's famous for his flying headgear. One day we threw his cap on a lorry. Probably didn't stop till it got to Hong Kong.
Keep your feet down, keep your feet down. You're an outlaw now, keep your feet down, keep your feet down.
Everybody needs to pull together. Frankie, he's the foreman, keeps us going. Runs a good squad, never any trouble. Looks after Jimmy there like a mother.
Lawyer's a bit late, sort of.
Did he get on diesel last night, did he? Did he get diesel and all last night?
All the big lorries stay in Duncrew Street. That's where the driver goes every morning. Jimmy gets in at 7:15, walking from the bottom of the Crumlin. Just as well he used to be a long-distance driver.
Okay.
Oh, it's a queer place, is Duncrew Street. Garages, incinerators, bathrooms, all built on new land that used to be water. Part of the loch that we filled in with refuse. Millions and millions of bins of nice rubbish.
Most of the lorries are mutineers these days. That's the latest thing in garbage grinders. When I started out, they were still using horses. All the glamour of a Wild West circus.
Nearly all the lorries have a mascot. Odds and ends the boys pick up on the entries. If Charlie ever retires, we'll put him on the bonnet.
About 7 o'clock, all the lorries are leaving. Then it's like the Monte Carlo rally. Lorries for every corner of Belfast. Number 86 is for the Craiga. We work down from Ardenlee to the Woodstock.
Driving a lorry like this is skilled business. One false move and you could do a lot of damage. Gotta learn the route and know the motor. Otherwise you'd end up on Aunt Sadie's parlour.
Pity the streets don't stay like this, empty. No Rolls Royces hooting to get by you. No youngsters juking around the parked cars. No dogs, no jokers, no bicycles. That way, we could do the job in no time.
Back at base, the puller outs have started. bringing up the bins from yards and entries, stacking them down the street to be emptied.
Hughie's busy pulling out the singles. Singles is where houses happen to back entry. Big houses, semis, even some terraces. You pull out the bins to the front gate for singles. Line them along the street like 10 soldiers.
Joe's the other puller out this morning. You can always tell puller outs by the trolleys. They're the first to get there, the explorers. Sometimes you pick up a bit of good rubbish. Puller outs will be the ones that'll find it.
The other kind of pulling out is headings. That's the old terrace houses with entries. You have to take bins to the head of the entry, pile them at the end, the open heading. Otherwise, you'd need a wee thin lorry.
The man who built some of the entries in Belfast must have had a lovely personality. Dead ends and entries that run off each other. That's the kind of thing we call cross-headings.
Hey, he's coming now.
Jimmy joins the squad at 7:05. That's when the day's work really gets started. From now on, we're tied to the back of the lorry. It's like feeding an elephant from the zoo. One that hasn't had a bite since Friday.
What kept yous? Where were yous? All 3 mornings to see him. Come on, Charlie, get that door shut and get started.
Right now.
Right, take it.
Open the back up there, Jim.
Read all of that, Charlie, will you?
Jimmy, get the warm one.
The big screw, the worm there, can gobble up anything. Paint cans, bottles, crates, and packing cases. I think it would even hit Charlie's Dutcher.
The whine of the worm's our signature music. As soon as we hear it, we're off like ponds people, usually in pairs, like Frank and Charlie. You get a kind of rhythm when you work together.
You have to be an artist to lift a bin properly. Some people's dustbins would sink the Queen Mary. And the heaviest bins are the ones with no handles.
Other citizens have very dirty dustbins. Bits of rubbish hanging out all round them. You've got to learn to lift a bin without spilling it. And you don't want to finish your days with back trouble.
Charlie now, he was hurt bad a while back. The blast of the bomb chucked him out on the pavement, broke his bones, cut him up, blinded one eye.
Maybe they should run a competition. How to hump a bin. With Gloria Honeyford. Charlie'd be in there at the final. Coolest binman in the Western Hemisphere.
There's 8 of us in the squad altogether. The driver and the puller-outs, that's 3 of us. Then there's 4 lorry men, that makes 7. The job for the last man is leaving back empties.
By this time, there's signs of life on the Craigie. Window blinds going up and curtains opening. You can near hear the yawns and the sound of joints creaking.
Morning.
One thing on the bins, you're always meeting people. Get to know your fellow citizens better.
What are you not coming out at all this morning? You keeping all right?
Not so bad.
Good.
How are
We'll leave us on for you.
Oh, there's stories that would belong Laurie.
One old cod got very friendly with us. Fancied himself a bit as a joker. Well, one day he bolted his bin to the pavement. Half the squad was up there trying to shift it. Below it was a big sign, April Fool. At 8:30, the schools are starting open, just to make life harder for the driver. Never read the Green Cross code, the half of them. Then there's the Geordie base of the entries. Drop 110 and you've a Wembley final.
When I was a kid at school, things were different. In those days, working bins was a tradition. Sons would follow fathers in the business. Families were on bins for generations.
Nowadays, the schools and all have changed that. A mate of mine's son is a history professor. Another's got 2 sons going on for announcers.
Right.
In the old days, we used to work with side loaders. There wasn't much chance of compressing the rubbish, beating it with spades or jumping on it. Used to prance about like ballet dancers.
You can pack a lot more than a modern backloader. The worm packs the garbage tight in the lorry, jams it up nice and hard with no wastage. A full load's round about 500 dustbins. Then you get a breather and you're ready for it.
We have tea at a different place every morning. Today it's in Mrs. Murray's back garden. Treats us the very best, Mrs. Murray. The boys have been breathing ices since 7. At 10 o'clock, hot teas like champagne.
We get brands of all alone.
Frank there's been on the bins now since the early 50s. 25 years on the rounds without stopping. One day, we worked out how many he'd emptied. 750,000 bins. That's how many.
It doesn't do good.
Don't have you in the head, that doesn't go all over the place.
Doesn't do good. What about the 7,000 you have, Charlie?
I haven't done so. I spend money, so they. Oh, spend money. I spend money.
You have more money than Rockefeller.
I spend more money in a half an hour than you
No, I know you do.
All these stories about big, rich bin men must have been made up of Maggie Thatcher. But Charlie, when Charlie got a bit better, they paid him a wee bit of bomb compensation. Now the boys let on he's Rockefeller.
Where are you going for your holidays, Charlie?
I'm going to Blackpool, sure. I'm taking away from the audios now. I'm going to spend a few bob.
Right.
The first thing to fix after tea is the lorry. She has to go down to the tip to be emptied. Two of us take her there, the 2 Jimmys. Jimmy Kerr and Jimmy, that's the driver. Just as well the other 6 aren't Jimmys.
The dump's down the shore road at Duncrew Street. Everything we get's for the water. All this land was Belfast Loch at one time. Our job's making Northern Ireland bigger. Give us time and there'll be 7 counties.
People hardly realise what's happened. How much land in Belfast has been reclaimed from the sea. Shorts, the shipyard, and the harbour airport. Now it's the West Bank, County Antrim. Dropping rubbish takes a bit of know-how. Always 2 men helping one another. You could get your nice lorry wet very handy.
Hey, Jimmy, come her up.
There she goes, right on the edge of the water. 60 cubic yards of grade A Craigie.
You notice how glad the gulls are to see us? They've given up fishing for food in the water. Just hang around here waiting for the lorries. Why hunt crabs when you've got a mobile grocer?
Herring gulls mostly. The white ones are adults.
The brown specky characters, they're the youngsters. Granny's teaching them about the binmen. They can pick out a good load half a mile away. Hurry up, boys! This one's from the chip shop! It isn't just seagulls that live on the rubbish. Scrap metal dealers pay money to hook here. Bathtubs, kettles, lead and bits of cable. Used to call it totting. Now it's conservation. By this time, the lorry's back on the Craigie. Everybody hard at work behind it. Thousands of bins, some with no numbers on them. Problems for the lever back to deal with. Now and then, of course, a bin goes missing.
Where's the camp?
That's when the Z cars swing into action. This is a City Hall radio wagon. Inside, there's a City Hall inspector. The radio keeps him in touch with the public. He's also in touch with the district inspectors.
Base 3 to net, base 3 to net, over.
Net receiving, base 3, over.
Inspector Logan, we received a telephone message here at Queen's Bridge Depot about a missing bin at 13 Willowholme Street. A Mr. Gord, could you attend to that? Over.
Message received, over and out. Net 211, come in.
Inspector, net 211.
1-1 receiving, over.
Inspector Miller, could you please attend to a message at 13 Willowholme Street? The name is Mr. Gordon.
Can you call there immediately? Over.
Mr. Gordon, 13 Willowholme Street. Message received. I shall call there immediately. Over and out.
Aye.
Mr. Miller's the inspector for the Craigie. Deals with all the squads that work the district. Looks into problems like lost bins and missed bins. Sorts out questions about special kinds of rubbish.
One day, somebody rang up about an entry and said, there's a dead animal in it. Mr. Miller sent me to collect it. I took a wee plastic bag on a shovel. It turned out the animal was a cart horse.
We're all hard at work and the sun's getting hotter. Not an easy way to earn a living. No, but it keeps a loaf on the table.
Think what this town would be like with no binmen. Rubbish everywhere. Rats, flies and plague. That's what it must have been like in the old days. Maybe that's why they called it High Street.
Next time you're headed for school in the morning, maybe you'll see us here in the lorry. Tommy, Joe and Hughie at the back there. Say hello to Frank or John or Jimmy. Look out for Charlie too. On his, don't you?
Right, Frank, next heading.